Hello everyone, and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at an exclusive knife which is only for Heinnie Haynes, and this is one that was made for them by Wright & Sons, so it is a Sheffield made, UK made knife, which is excellent to see. Huge fan of all the Sheffield made knives. Wright are putting out some fantastic work, and bearing in mind there is only 3 knife makers at that company currently. They are pumping these out crazy fast. But this one we're going to look at is the exclusive for Heinnie Haynes, as I said, and it is the Sheepsfoot. And the model number for this is AWRIGHT-70HH, the HH of course standing for Heinnie Haynes. See, right off the bat we have these really wonderful dark ebony wood covers. You can see they're wonderfully sort of hafted. You can see the hafting marks on there where they obviously flattened it out. A little bit of texturing on there. Pins though, wonderfully smooth, cannot feel a single thing of those. Nice transition to the nickel silver bolster with nice little pinched over ends. Hafting's good on those, can't feel anything. Back of the knife then, same story. You can maybe feel this pin ever so slightly, but I'm being very sort of picky with it. And you can see the dark ebony continues this side as well. You can get some sort of colour coming through it. It's like the lighter browns. You can see that there. I've seen a few examples of these, especially at Sharp Show. I know a couple of people in the Discord have got these, and they have like a blonde sort of streak going through them, but it's a natural handle material. You're going to get differences, but I love the dark ebony on this thing. It's absolutely wonderful. Again, transitions perfect onto these bolsters. See, we have brass liners. Now, with every Heinnie Haynes exclusive, they always have to put their red, signature red twist on it. And for this, they went for red underliners. You can see that runs the entire length of the knife all the way down. It's a nice sort of subtle touch, but I think the full red scales may have been a bit too much for this, seeing as it's a UK made, handmade knife. Not so much as like the CRKTs they do and the Spydercos they do with the red G10. That works perfectly well. It's a modern knife, but I'm glad they didn't go for that with this. I don't think it would have fit. But yeah, brass pins, nickel silver bolsters, brass liners. We have a carbon back spring, and of course this is the classic Sheffield steel, so you get C70 carbon steel. Doesn't hold the longest edge, but it's easy to sharpen. Will take a patina if you don't look after it, but if you oil it, it'll be fine. Blade centering, a little bit off to the show side, but it's not touching. Blade tip is nicely down in there. Termination's a bit wonky on this back spring, but I mean, nothing really to complain about. It's pretty much flawless in terms of gaps. I can't really see anything down there at all. I have shone a flashlight down there and didn't see any light coming through. Maybe like the most minor of hair gaps along the top of this back spring here, but that's honestly it. Now, Heinnie did get a half stop on this. Traditionally, all the Wright & Son knives just have a cam tang, so by that I mean there'd be no half stop. But they wanted a half stop on theirs. You can see this wonderful Sheepsfoot blade. Wright & Sons tang stamp there. So you've got A. Wright & Son Limited, Sheffield, England. And an absolutely wonderful pull on this. And listen to the snap. It's right about 7.5 to an 8, I would say at least. An absolutely beast of a Sheepsfoot. See, the edge on the front is pretty good. I've gone a little bit too far up here and gone onto the sharpening choil, but nothing major. I did have to strop this to get it to be razor sharp. It was pretty sharp out of the packaging. Back is a little bit wonky for the grind. Could have done a bit better with that. It's a little bit heavy in the middle and it's a bit shallow here, but there's enough of an edge on it, and I mean, I can fix that if I really wanted to, but as this is going to be a work knife, I wasn't too fussed with that, and there's a very decent edge on there anyway. See, we've got the sort of crescent moon nail neck on there. Nice and deep, easy enough to get your nail into to pull the blade out. No swedging, none of that fancy stuff going on here. This is aimed to be a proper working blade with a slight sway to the back of the handle and a nice sort of bulbous end. Makes it really comfortable in the hand. It sort of curls around this part of your palm and you can get a really good grip on it, and this is going to be a fantastic work knife for someone. Great for pull cuts as well, with that bit of a sway back to it. Nice carbon steel, nice affirmative into the half stop, and listen to the snap. Absolutely wonderful. And this is very reasonably priced as well. This may be one of my very high strong candidates for knife of the year this year. especially in the budget category, that you can pick this up for $39.95 on the Heinnie Haynes website. I'm checking it, I'm looking at it right now as I'm recording the video, which is on the 9th at nearly 1:45, 9th of November, that is 24, and they're available. I would not sleep on these. They sold very quickly the first time, and this is actually the second run of them. I've had this for quite a while, just haven't got around to doing a review, but it's a very nice knife. It's going to be in my pocket today after I finish doing my sort of outdoor work, and I'm going to carry it for a couple of days and just to make sure I really do love it. But what's not to love? Pinchable because the blade's exposed enough. Wonderfully done. Just an absolutely superb example of British craftsmanship. But we'll take a look at the specs. So apologies I haven't got my mat out in front of me, it's filthy. But we're about 3.5 inches close, which is pretty much in that Goldilocks zone for me. You can sort of nearly hide it in your hand. We have a blade length of 6.9 centimeters, which is, I mean, I'm going to be going about 2.5 inches. Very similar to the 91mm Victorinox blade length, but it's under that 3-inch limit. So say it's probably more, yeah, it's about 2.5 inches, but there's no need to be concerned about it. It's under the limit. Feel free to carry this without any sort of repercussions. It's well within the law. It's a slip joint, blades under the limit, so you can pretty much go ahead and carry this. Close length, I mentioned 3.5. Plain edge type. Really wonderful sheepsfoot blade, and a pull on there as well. With a flat grind, you can see it's sort of a satin finish on the blade. You can see it has taken a slight patina where I've used it a little bit, but I'll just put a bit of oil on the blade once I'm finished with it. Although patina doesn't bother me on a blade, I don't want it patinaing just while it's, you know, in storage. It's kind of more of a rust than a patina. It's not sort of a use patina, which I quite enjoy. But yeah, huge fan. Really wonderful ebony scales, brass liners, red underliners for the Heinnie exclusive. Really, really nice ebony scales. Take a look at that close up. But yeah, big fan of this. I really suggest you pick one of these sooner rather than later because they will go quickly, especially with action like that and the fit and finish like this. Is it dead center? No. Is it rubbing? No. So I'm not bothered. Happy to use this every day of the week. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But I really hope you enjoyed my review, guys. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.